Welcome back to Big Birds TV, and on this episode, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Arrma Senton. When I was looking for a 110 scale short course truck, something that was bigger than the red cab blackout that I had, I looked at the Tractor Slash and I looked at the Arrma Senton and among other ones, but I ended up going with the Arrma Senton, and that's because it has a modular design. I'll talk a little bit about that later. But then when I was doing some research trying to figure out which Senton to buy, I noticed that they offered three different versions. They offered the Senton 4x2 Boost, the Senton 4x4 Mega, and then the Senton 4x4 3S or BLX. And so you might see this one has the BLX power body on it, and this is the 4x4 Mega body. And I'll talk a little bit about the differences. In case you were wondering, just like me, I didn't know which one I should go for. They all had different price points, but they all came with different, they came outfitted differently. And so I'm going to cover the Boost, the Mega, and the BLX and let you know, and then you could decide which one you want to get. I will give a suggestion as to which one I think you should get, but let's start off here. So, starting out with the Senton 4x2 Boost. That's a two-wheel drive short course truck. They pretty much all look the same. The bodies are slightly different. For instance, if you can see here on this Mega body, this is pretty much the same body that will come on the Boost. I noticed that the wheel wells are cut a little bit lower than, for instance, this BLX body. And if you look under the lights here, the way this is shaped, it comes down like this and then comes down in the front under the grill. Whereas on the Mega and the Boost model, it comes around from the wheel well, goes down, and then comes back up on the grill. So you can see the differences there. It's just minor cosmetic differences, and then if I sit the Mega body on top of the Boost body, you can see that the Mega body comes down on the sides a lot, maybe an inch more on the sides. But then in the wheel wells department, the wheel wells come down lower also. So if I flip it around, let's see. The BLX wheel wells are much higher than the Mega and the Boost wheel wells. They're cut differently. And so you'll notice that. Plus the holes are cut much larger, as you can see here. And the front doesn't dip down as much. And so the Boost, or the BLX rides lower. It's, excuse all the noise. These body mounts are height adjustable. So on right here, I have this on the highest setting, but you could actually lower it down about maybe 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. And that'll give you some more aerodynamics on this so that less air is going up under the body. These are different wheels. These don't come, this thing has been fully, upgraded or changed around or customized. So I'll talk a little bit about that later. But so the Boost, two-wheel drive, you'll get brushless ready gears inside the transmission, 17-tooth pinion gear on the Mega 550 can brush motor. You'll get a 91-tooth spur gear, and you won't get this center drive shaft here, and you won't get any gears up front. So it's just a two-wheel drive vehicle. The box says that it can go up to 30 miles an hour with optional gearing, which is pretty much a 27-tooth pinion gear. Same thing for the Mega 4x4. The difference with the Mega 4x4 is that you do get the center drive shaft, you don't get the bearing, and you get the gears up front. With the Boost, okay, see, I'm all over the place again, Brisk, get it together. Okay, so with the Boost, you're going to get a 2-in-1 Arrma 40 amp ESC. So that's the ESC, electronic speed control, with a combined receiver in it. and you get the SLT2 transmitter with that, 2-channel transmitter. With the Mega, you're going to get the center drive shaft. You're going to get the gears up front, so it makes it 4-wheel drive. And you're also going to get a separate 40 amp ESC and a separate receiver with a 3-channel remote. It's a SLT3 channel remote. I have it here somewhere. Let me grab it. Here's the remote that comes with the Mega. It's the SLT3, and it's a 3-channel remote. You get all your usual stuff on here: steering and throttle trim, dual rate. You have this 3rd channel button here, which pretty much does nothing. And it's got a foam wheel on it. It's pretty nice for what it is. 4 AA batteries is what none of these come with that you will need. But hey, at least you get a transmitter. With the Boost, comes with the truck, the transmitter, but you need to add the battery and a charger. And so those were priced at about $200, $199. Now you could get them for about $150. So $150, still got to buy a battery and a charger, and then batteries for the transmitter. Now, let's move on to the Mega. So you figure, hey, I want something that's 4-wheel drive, something a little beefier. And with the Mega, you're going to get the truck, you're going to get the same gearing, brushless ready gearing in the back as well as the front, and you're going to get this center drive shaft, which removes, pretty easily. There's spring loaded, so you just squeeze it together and it'll come right out. This is what I meant by the modular design. This motor comes out with just 1 screw. You unscrew this screw here and you move this red piece back, and then the whole motor slides out and you can get to it like that. Same thing with the transmission. It pops out a couple of screws, and then you could get in there, grease your diffs or whatever like that. The Mega also comes with a battery and a charger. So you get the Mega truck, you get this 3300 milliamp hour 7-cell battery, 8.4 volts. It's a hump pack, as you can see the hump there. And then you get this scrappy wall charger with it. Some people said it's going to become a door stopper when you get it. You do get some good power out of that battery. I was able to clock this out of the box at 19 miles an hour on that battery. The problem is that the punch or power that you get from a full charge starts to decline rapidly versus when you're using say a 2S LiPo. It was 1 mile an hour slower actually on the 2S LiPo, but you get that continuous power. This is a 3S LiPo in here, but I ran it on a 2S LiPo, 5200 milliamp hour, 50C discharge rate, and I thought it would be immediately faster, and actually went slower by 1 mile an hour than that hump battery. Guess maybe because that's 8.4 volts and these are 7.4 volts. So with the Mega, you're going to get the truck, 4-wheel drive. You're going to get a 40 amp ESC. You're going to get a separate receiver. You're going to get the battery, and you're going to get the wall charger. So it's really more of a complete package ready to run out of the box, except that you need 4 AA batteries, which people usually have. Steal them out of your TV remote. 2 remotes, you get 4 AA batteries in that, and you're ready to go out bashing. It's not particularly fast, and if you were to put the optional 27-tooth gear, pinion gear in here to get up to that 30 miles an hour in optimal conditions, as they say, then yeah, you might have some problems with heat with the motor. It doesn't come with any fans on the motor or on the electronic speed control. So now let's move on. That was the Boost and the 4x4 550 Mega. Now let's go on to Oh, and the price. The price for the Mega was about 269. I think you get it for like 249 now, 250. I bought this one for 219 Amazon special. And came with this battery, and it came with the D-Boots tires, wheels and tires, which are really nice. I really love these tires. This is my second set. I got these from Jenny's RC. And as you can see, they're filthy. But I use these primarily in the dirt and mud because these knobs, they wear out extremely quickly if you're going to be running this on pavement. And if you're going to do any kind of sliding, they're vented for these V3s, but yeah, you'll burn through them. I already burned through a set and even popped the tire. I ripped a whole section of it out. Here's my original set of tires, and as you can see, they're not completely worn out, and I find the rears wear out faster than the fronts. But look at that. I ripped a whole chunk out of that tire the first time I ran this on brushless with 3S. So I bought this second set from Jenny's, and I decided those are going to be relegated to run on dirt, on loose dirt, mud, sand. Hey, you add water to dirt, you get mud. You dry it out, fine particles, you get sand. So let's just call it dirt. I'm going to run these tires that I got from Jenny's on dirt. And then I got these tires to run on the street, the pavement, but I'll talk about that a little later. So now, I don't have a BLX here, but I did as much as I could to convert this one into a BLX, including the body. This body I noticed that in addition to it being cut differently, the reinforcing strips are, and this is an older BLX body at that. You can see that I actually put it through. It's cracked up here, it's bent up. It's already, look, this, I trashed it, but I actually still love it. I like the bright green. And so, and the numbers change. The numbers get higher on these. So like this one was 46. I don't know what the number on the boost is off the top of my head, but 46, this one's 71. And then you have some up in the 90s. I think maybe that's the Mojave now. But with the BLX, you're gonna get everything that came on the boost. Plus, you're gonna get the center drive shaft with the center bearing support, which you need for the higher speeds. You're gonna get adjustable turnbuckles here so that you could adjust your caster and camber. You're gonna get different gearing. You're gonna get a metal motor mount, which is aluminum, but I didn't change that out because I found that those bend. If you have it in an impact in one of your bash sessions, that aluminum will bend. And so I opted to stay with the plastic motor mount. The gears are different. Those are 1/8 module gear ratio, or pinion, or the teeth, the gears, or whatever. Basically, it's beefier, so the teeth are bigger, whereas this has 91 teeth on the spur gear. The BLX only has 48, I believe. No, it has 57. The BLX has 57 teeth on the spur gear, and the pinion gear size stock on the BLX is a 20 tooth, whereas on the Mega and the Boost, it comes stock with a 17 tooth pinion gear, but the spur gear is 91 teeth, and so the teeth are very much smaller. So if you get that mesh off by just a little bit, you can imagine how much you're going to strip that up. And if you add any more power to it, the eighth module, 0.08 module, or the 0.8 module set up for the more powerful trucks is more sturdy and stout. And so you're going to get, also with the BLX, you're going to get a 100 amp Spectrum ESC. You're going to get a lower KV brushless motor. This one is a 3900 kV. You're going to get a 3200 kV brushless motor with the Spectrum firmer motor with the BLX. And that one is actually capable of reaching the 50 miles an hour without any optional gearing, just You just want the optimum conditions, but without any changing of gears or anything like that, the BLX will hit 50 miles an hour, even more. And then it also comes with this wheelie bar. This is the same exact rear bumper you're gonna get on the Boost and the Mega, except without the wheels. And so I just actually switched out. This is a bumper set that I got from Jenny's RC. I actually broke this up, and this rear bumper is still fine, but I just took the wheels off of that and put it back on my original one, so it's all interchangeable really well. So I'm probably forgetting some parts and stuff that the BLX comes with over the Mega, and the same for the Mega over the Boost, but the top of the line in these are going to be the 3S Boost. No, the top of the line for these is going to be the Arrma 3S BLX, and you're going to pretty much get everything that they offer out of the box. And those run for about $339, $349, I think, but now you can get them for around $339. So you might be thinking like I thought, hey, let me just get the Boost, and then later I'll upgrade it to 4-wheel drive, and then later I'll upgrade it to no. Or maybe let me just get the Mega, and then I'll buy my own cheap ESC motor combo and throw that in, and then throw some gears in and do all of that. No, it's not the same. I mean, the BLX comes with a lot more that you would need to do. So if you bought a Mega and you want to change it into a BLX, you will be spending almost $100 more, if not more than 100, just to get to a Mega into what the BLX has. And maybe you say, hey, I don't need all of what the BLX has. Let me get the Mega. Maybe you want to do like I did. Let's go back a second. The BLX only comes with the truck, the transmitter, and that's it. You need to go out and get yourself a 3S battery and a charger, and see, that's where the money could add up. You put in $340 on the rig, then you have to go out. For instance, I got this 5200 milliamp battery, 80C discharge from Z. I think I paid about $35 for this battery, and then cheapest charger you're gonna get for these are probably like $10, which you don't want. You want at least something that's gonna balance charge, so you're looking at least 20. So you say another $55, $60 for the battery and charger on top of the 340. Now you're $400 for the BLX. Is it worth it? I'm over $400 in this Mega, and while I'm not counting the dollars up, I could look back at my receipts and see. But the reason why I went this way is because this was my first brand outside of Red Cat, and I wanted to test and see if, you know, what I was getting was gonna stack up to what the claims were, and it does. I mean, I'm really impressed with this vehicle. I had a super crazy bash session with it, many sessions. I only filmed one, or little bits of one. I have that. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it in the description. But this thing it didn't break. The only thing I broke was the front bumper, and from what I understand, these break at a 5-mile-an-hour crash. But other than that, I haven't broken anything. The tires did wear out, like I said, because I added all that extra speed. And you can see I have the speed meter here. I got the Psych Plus. Let's see if I could get it. Well, it's on there with rubber bands. There's a little mount, rubber bands. So this is the Surpass Hobby 60 amp ESC and 3900 kV 3650 motor, which is smaller than the Spectrum Firmer motor that would come, or is even smaller than the 12-turn motor brush that this came with. I still have that motor. I just threw it in my Red Cat Piranha. Thing broke wheels. But anyway, but it's very fast. And these wheels and tires that I put on here are a little taller than the stock tires by a couple of millimeters. But I love the beef, and that's the reason why I raised the ride height up, because it will rub this wheel and tire combination, I really like it for on road, on the pavement, which is where I do most of the driving. But as you can see, it'll rub here. When the suspension is fully compressed, it'll rub on the body there. So I raised it up, but I really like the way this thing looks now. It's giving me baby Mojave vibes, you know, with the green and the black. I'm really digging it. And these tires, they haven't worn out so much. You know, I put them out on the paces, and I took this thing out on the speed run. The conditions weren't optimal, but I got it up to 46.5 miles an hour. So, you know, it was doing wheelies and all of that. So, I mean, this setup that I have in here, I'm really happy with it. I had to go out and buy the center brace. That was about $5, $5 or $6. The ESC and motor combo was about $50. And then this fan is another $10 for the motor. Then the battery, like I said, was about $35. Charger about 20. But that, you know, if you have more than one rig, batteries and chargers, you know, interchangeable. This battery I got with the Dean's connector because the ESC has the Dean's connector, so that was 1-to-1. And you know, wheels and tires, the bumper set, the body was about $52. Then the body doesn't come with these clips, which I paid $10 for, and then I realized they're not even branded Arrma like these, but they work. They do the same job, you know. So I tried taking these out, and I broke one, you know, that little rubber thing. So I just tied a knot in here and stuffed it back in. These, I probably could have used the proper tool and pushed that through. But I'm glad I didn't, because looking at this body now, I got a couple of scratches on it, and I thought it was bad. And then I bought this one, but now I'm looking at this body and I'm saying, hey, this one is kind of mint. It's kind of minty. I'm gonna keep it around. Maybe get some red rims, these same wheels but with the red rim, and put it on here. But these tires don't come glued. You got to glue them on, and as you can see, they're coming off a little bit here. So anyway, so which one should you get? If you just want to tool around the yard, get it for a young kid, you know, maybe somebody in the 10, 11-year-old range. Yeah, get him a two-wheel drive boost. It's great fun. You'll have to buy the battery and the charger for that. And the radio is different for that one. But there is a throttle limiter on here. So you can limit it down to 50 all the way up to 100, you know, to get them started so they don't go breaking people's shins. The Mega, get the Mega if you want four-wheel drive. The Boost is a little tougher on steering because, you know, there's no four-wheel drive. So two-wheel drive vehicles, you know, the back wants to slide and the front doesn't want to follow, you know, through with the turning as sharply as a four-wheel drive vehicle. So if you want the Mega, go with the Mega, and then you get used to that power and you can upgrade it later. I would suggest, if you think you're gonna upgrade it at any point, just go ahead and get the BLX. 50 miles an hour out the box. Don't need to do any of the gymnastics with the upgrades. Probably will be breaking stuff more easily though with all of that power. But again, you have the throttle limiter on here. So unless you're in an area where it's wide open and you can really go wide open throttle on it and just go dumb, you know. But for bashing, doing flips and stuff like that, this thing is great on road or off road. And again, you're gonna want to watch out if you're driving on pavement with these tires. Not these, but the stock tires. Those knobs will wear out really quickly, and because the tires balloon at high speeds, they're liable, you know, they're prone to popping on you, and you could lose control of the vehicle. So really be careful when you're driving these. But all in all, I'm loving my Senton. I mean, I love this thing. I put it through a couple of packs. I found a couple of places to run it, and this thing is so awesome. And so Best bang for your buck when it comes to these short course trucks. Unless you're doing some hardcore racing and competition and stuff like that. Everything on this thing pretty much is plastic. All the ball bearings are there. And all you have to do, you know, for the maintenance, like I said, is modular. So you could pop things out. You could clean things up. You could oil them, put it back together. Comes with some tools. All three versions come with tools. And you're all good to go. So this has been Big Briss TV. Get yourself an Arrma. I'm not sponsored or anything, but hey, I wouldn't tell you to go get it if I didn't use it and love it. So go get yourself an Arrma Senton. I'm gonna go finish watching these Arrma Mojave videos and see if I could get me one of those or if I should. So this has been Big Briss with the Arrma Senton Boost Mega BLX Monster short course truck. Everybody stay well. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.